Amethyst. Amethyst got problems that she needs to work out. Maybe she needs to see a therapist. What? I think she does for some of her issues. Alright, so
She's okay. She's
but she has some self-hate going on. Okay, we'll get into that. Alright, so Amethyst, this episode is literally right after the last episode, which I guess is a few hours after. And Pearl and Garnet come back from their mission. Steven tells them that they found Jasper and that they beat her and that they noticed that Amethyst has reformed again. We go to the next day where Steven goes to do his weekly training, which he's ready for on the weekly.
What?
He said it. He said he was ready on the weekly.
Oh, okay.
And Amethyst is in the background using the garbage disposal to make egg salad.
I thought she was just like dumping stuff in there.
So she said she was making egg salad. And Pearl is getting constantly cut off by the garbage disposal.
Frustrated.
But Amethyst gets interested and she wants to get in on the training. And so she does. And they are introduced to the new Hollow Pearl 2.000001, I think. I don't know if there was enough zeros.
Mm.
I don't know. What I love the thing is that having Dee Mongo Hall, the voice of Pearl, having to do that robot voice over and over and over again throughout the episode.
What do you mean?
Because she has to, since she's the voice of Pearl and she's the voice of Hollow Pearl, like her having to sound pretty ridiculous. She has to sound really, really stilted while she does that voice. And then Pearl is so enthusiastic and kind of bombastic in her inflections. So to me, it's kind of funny just thinking about her in the booth doing that.
Well, you don't know if she does it like separately.
Well, either way, it's still funny to me.
Okay.
Okay, so Amethyst and Steven are now going to do the Pearl's training, which comes with the Pearl's Prize pouch, which is a fanny pack, and it has various knickknacks and miscellaneous items in them, like Google glasses. Okay, not the actual Google Glass, because those things are just bunk. Like the googly eye glasses, the ones that spring out. Those things. So, Amethyst... Okay, no, the first trial is a speed test where they have to run up to Hollow Pearl and give him a high five, and it's 2 laps. At first, Amethyst has the lead, but then Steven quickly catches up. Pearl thinks that it was Amethyst going easy on Steven, and of course, she's not, but she brushes it off.
Yeah, that's what makes it worse. She's like shocked that like Steven won.
Yeah, like that look on her face.
Her brother's like, oh, nice. You're like, you're like, ah.
Yeah, that look on her face is priceless. It's a little sad, but yeah. The next test was agility, where they had to dodge the spear lasers from the Hollow Pearls. Amethyst does her spin dash thing, and she dodges it. And Steven dodges actually surprisingly well. He kind of also has that look of surprise on his face that he's dodging so well. It's like dodgeball, where you're surprised that you do as well as you have when you know that you when you think that you would typically suck at it. That's my experience.
Okay. Since I didn't really like watch it right now, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but Steven dodges it really well, and then he uses his shield. What?
Could it have been like deadly?
I don't think so, since they're just holograms.
Then again, like, wait, was the Hollow Pearl when she like stabbed Pearl using a real sword, or was it like another sword?
That was a real sword.
Okay, okay. We're okay then. I think.
You think? You know
Well,
that
yeah.
was
They can touch like the.
like okay. There's some mass to them, but I don't think it. But she said they're not as deadly as they were before, so I don't think the lasers would actually hurt if they hit. Maybe sting. But I don't think they would actually like hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Steven uses his shield to block a laser, and it bounces off his shield and hits another hollow pearl, and that has Steven winning yet again. And Pearl says to Amethyst, "Don't go too easy on him because he still needs a challenge." And the look on Amethyst's face after she says that is like, I am trying not to go easy on him.
I haven't been trying to go, like I've been doing my
Yeah,
best.
I have been trying, and yet he's still beating me. And then the last part of the training was the fight. And Amethyst starts going ballistic, and she starts whipping this one hollow pearl, and then Steven gets ganged on by four others. Amethyst has trouble grabbing the one pearl, but she eventually does it. But Steven, he's using his shield to block the other hollow pearls, and expands it to force them to bounce back, and then uses an attack that he so eloquently calls boomerang shield, which he clearly he took from that horrible movie that he likes,
What movie?
the Lonely Blade movie.
Oh,
Remember from the same? It was from the same Pearl episode.
yeah.
Yeah. So he took it from that, and it destroys all of the hollow pearls, and Steven wins. So Amethyst is kind of upset again.
Would you be upset?
Huh?
Would you be upset?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, she takes it kind of hard though. I mean,
Yeah.
no one likes to lose. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, but with what just happened with Jasper, like, I can see why she was as upset as she was.
Oh yeah, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
All right, so Steven decides to play some video games for a little while and invites Amethyst to do it. Well, he did well when he was playing against the AI computer for the game. Then, while playing against Amethyst, he was going easy on her, and Amethyst wins. Amethyst noticed that he was going easy on her and calls him out for it. And this is where the self-hate comes in, and she says, "You're even more mature than me." And he doesn't understand, and he doesn't get it at first, and he says, and then Amethyst says that now I'm the worst crystal gem.
Well, dude, like Steven sucked at that. Like he made it so obvious, and he kind of
Yeah,
sounded like he
Steven's
was.
a terrible liar.
Yeah, and I would have even taken it as if he was making fun of me. Like, oh, were those bars always there? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, the health bars, yes. That
Dude,
was just terrible, terrible lying. I mean, if you're gonna throw the game, don't make it so obvious. I mean,
at least.
I don't play a lot of video games, especially not ones with controllers. So whenever I do have the opportunity to play it, I'm just button mashing. And like if I get close and I still lose because I've lost. I lost to like this 12-year-old kid at SuperCon.
Really?
Yeah, because I was playing Mortal Kombat, and I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how any of the buttons work, and clearly I couldn't take the time to do that and figure that out because you have other people that want to play. So I decided to start button mashing. I was close at first, and then I lost. So yeah, if you're gonna lose, at least don't make it so obvious. If you actually suck at video games like I do, button mash and hope everything works out.
Button mashing.
But button mash the hell out of that controller. But that's not the point. The point is Amethyst says the line that that she sucks, and that and that when she gets frustrated it makes her suck even more. And of course Steven says that she doesn't suck, and then it's a whole "yes I do, no you don't" situation, and then it goes to Steven says, "I'll prove to you that you don't suck. Fight me." And then they fight each other. The fight goes a little bit overboard for my taste because it looks like Amethyst tries to actually kill him on a few occasions. She at one point during the fight, she wraps her whip around Steven and then does that whole energy thing, which I think would have actually killed him, or at least hurt him like really badly. But then Steven does his bubble, and then Amethyst throws his bubble into the side of a pillar, and then the bubble suddenly gets spikes. So that's new. And then Amethyst says, "Is that new? Because that's awesome." And Steven says, "No, it's not awesome. It was an accident. Accidents aren't awesome." And the bubble dissipates, and then Amethyst tries to whip him again, and then Steven floats, and it's like, "Ha! Look who remembered to float this time," because he forgets it like half the time.
Yeah,
and then
with the arguments,
huh?
Like when they were saying like, "Oh, you have like
you have Rose's shield and the bubble
and
and everything. I just have my whip." And then Steven's like, "You have 2 whips, 2." But I find, like, went a little bit overboard was when Amethyst grabs Steven and literally plummets him into the side of the fucking ruins. That could have killed him. And he didn't have his
bubble or not.
He didn't have his bubble. He didn't have his bubble with that, which surprised the crap out of me that he was still alive.
Or unharmed. Like,
yeah, like he had a few scratches and that was it. It's like, hot damn, Amethyst, are you trying to kill him? But I guess his floating power comes with some new abilities, like strength and some kind of invulnerability. So, whatever. I mean, that to me just went a little bit overboard of how she tried to how she made a crater with Steven. And it didn't kill him. But then Steven throws a rock at her, and she barely dodges it. And it's like, "See, I pulled you down from the sky, and you nearly won with a rock." And it's like, if I can't beat you, I'm never going to beat Jasper, which brings the whole thing together. Yeah, that's the main problem, that she feels like she can never beat Jasper, no matter what she does. And she feels like she can't even beat Steven, which is kind of an insult to Steven.
He doesn't take it that way.
No, he doesn't, but, it's just how I see it. It's like, oh, if you can't beat me, because apparently I'm the worst.
I guess.
They throw their final punch, and they both miss it, and then they start laughing. And then Pearl comes in saying, "You've ruined the ruins." And Steven ends the episode on, "I don't think we're going to see that prize pouch for a while."
Yep.
And that was Steven versus Amethyst. What did you think?
I liked the episode.
Anything in particular?
When Steven's when Amethyst throws the problem with Steven, how she's not who she's supposed to be, how she's supposed to be, and Steven's like, "I'm not either. I'm not rose quartz," and she's like, "Oh." Then I'm like, nice.
Yeah, Steven issues seem to keep piling on, especially when it comes to Rose. That seems like something he needs to work out too. But Amethyst has a lot of self-hate that she needs to work out as well. It gets to her, the fact that her form gets to her really easily.
Well, yeah, because there's Jasper, it's just right there.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It was Amethyst seemed pretty cool with her form until Peridot mentioned that she was technically wrong, that she came out wrong, and then it became a really
genetically speaking.
Huh?
Genetically speaking.
Yeah, genetically speaking, yeah, she came out wrong, and it just became a real sore spot for her when she was totally cool with it before. Yeah. So, Amethyst really does need to work out her problems with her self-hating on her form, because until Peridot mentioned something, she seemed to be pretty cool with it.
Yeah, she was like, I'm awesome type.
Yeah, it's like, I'm awesome no matter what. And then Peridot said that she was wrong, and then it kind of became a real sore spot for her.
Yeah.
So she needs to work on that. Steven also needs to work on some of his issues when it comes, especially to Rose. Mainly when it comes to Rose.
He seemed okay.
Yeah, but you know, he feels like he'll never live up to Rose Quartz because everyone tells him how great and wonderful she is.
He never even met her.
Yeah, so it's a little hard. He's constantly in a shadow of someone that he's never met.
How does the team song go again?
Huh?
Like, where he says like, "I'll fight for
Oh,
everything."
I will fight to be everything that
Oh,
everybody wants me to be when I'm grown.
oh yeah. He says it so happy though.
Yeah, but that's a completely separate thing.
Okay, continue.
Alright, so the fight scene in this episode was really well choreographed. I enjoyed it greatly. I mean, this type of situation, I've seen it before in other cartoons for both sides of the paradigm, where someone will say I'm better than you, and another person, and then the other side where I'm a worse fighter than you. I've seen both sides of this thing, and personally, I kind of like how. Well, actually, I don't really like I don't like really either situation. Because the first one is basically like egos clashing. That, oh, I'm a better fighter than you. No, I'm a better fighter than you. The best example I can think of this is from Red versus Blue, specifically with Agent Carolina and Agent Texas, where they would kind of be butting heads constantly because both of them were because Agent Carolina was number one, and then Tex kind of came out of nowhere and then bumped her rank down to number two. So yeah, for the whole I'm a better fighter than you in that regard. That's the best one I can come up with for the other side of the paradigm. I can't think of it right now, but they handled this one pretty well. Like, they both accept that they're not great, but they know that they're good the way that they are.
I guess.
Yes.
I guess.
Okay. All right, so that was Crack the Whip, and we get into our final episode of the day, which is awesome.